Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more Universe Mode on the JPG channel. And we are here finally in Sacramento, California, here for Bad Blood. And we are kicking things off with the WWE Tag Team Championships on the line, that being the Judgment Day, as the challengers taking on the champions themselves. This new version of the bloodline, the Tongan twins, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. And this is a rivalry that's been building up for quite some time over on Friday nights and a number of weeks leading up to this pay-per-view. We've seen Judgment Day members go head-to-head with Bloodline members. We've seen Finn Balor go head-to-head with Tama Tonga. We've seen Priest get in the ring with Tama Tonga. We've seen Priest get in the ring with Tonga Loa. We've seen Priest get in the ring with Solo Sikoa, holding victories over all three of those men, does Damian Priest, which arguably has given him so much momentum, and him and Finn Balor effectively so much more momentum heading into this match as the challengers. And they could possibly be the biggest threat to the Bloodline's tag team title reign yet. This is a big tag team match to open our show, folks. We got a huge night planned here in California. We got two special stipulation matches still to come later on tonight. The rivalry between Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman will culminate here in California at Bad Blood. Perfectly named pay-per-view for Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman to finish their business, to settle the score once and for all. These two monsters have been beating each other up all over the blue brand for months now. And that all ends when one of those monsters goes to the hospital, courtesy of the ambulance match. There's going to be one hell of a match later on tonight. Not to mention our main event tonight, the second special stipulation match of this pay-per-view, the rematch between the ring general Gunther and the Mad Dragon himself, Ilya Dragunov, will be going down, and they will be locked up inside a Hell in a Cell match. It is certainly not a night to miss. It's certainly not a few episodes on the JPG channel to miss out on. It's going to be a three-part series for Bad Blood. And this is just the start of it, with Balor and Priest taking on the Tongan twins, and what is sure to be an explosive tag team bout to open our show, folks. Like to welcome y'all in, of course, on another episode of the growing JPG channel. We've been getting a lot of love lately. I've been noticing the view counter go up in some crazy numbers in the last few episodes, so I'd like to thank you guys for that already. Before we even get into it, before we get into kind of, get into gear mode to call these matches, definitely grateful for the appreciation and grateful for the support, as Priest and looks like Tonga Loa is going to start this thing off as Damian Priest sends Tonga Loa off the ropes, making him think about it. Oh, huge jumping elbow right to the face of Tama Tonga. And now Priest sending Tonga for a ride. Full head of steam already is Damian Priest. He's ready to take those tag team titles back home to the Judgment Day. Him and Finn Balor, that is. And speaking of Balor, looks like we're going to get a taste of the Prince here in this match as Balor goes to the top rope. Damian Priest launches him over it with a huge shoulder block there as Priest exits the ring, and now Balor takes on Tonga Loa. This is one of the matches we didn't see throughout this rivalry on Friday nights. Beautiful double foot stomp from Finn Balor. Probably just a small taste of what we're going to see later on in this match, if Balor can hit the coup de grace, put this match away, and walk out as the brand new WWE Tag Team Champions with Priest. A huge drop kick to the chest of Tonga Loa, but Loa gets the shoulder out at one. And now Tonga Loa looking to get back into this one, has Balor on his shoulders, wipes him out on the turnbuckle. And now look at this, alley-oop palm. Balor's going to feel that one in the morning, a flat back bump right there like that. definitely take the wind out of your sails. And now Tanga Loa just choking out Finn Balor live in front of this Sacramento crowd. We've been waiting months for this pay-per-view, folks, for the return of a classic like Bad Blood. I mean, you go back to the old days of Bad Blood. Who could ever forget, you know, the iconic Hell in a Cell matches that went down on those classic pay-per-views? And now we're going to see another iconic Hell in a Cell match when we get to our main event. Ilya Dragunov versus the Ring General Gunther. We saw them two beating each other up inside a steel cage on Friday to give us just a little bit of a preview of what to expect here tonight. But the Hell in a Cell is almost like the steel cage, twice its size, as Damian Priest just gave Tama Tonga an alley-oop bomb, but now Tama Tonga gets the shoulder out at 1. And look at this, nice spine buster from Tama Tonga. Definitely the wild card of the bloodline. I mean, this guy, he's one fry short of a Happy Meal. That is for sure. All members of the bloodline are equally just psychotic individuals, but Tama Tonga definitely takes the cake. A nice super kick from Priest. Tama Tonga gets his brother back into this one now. Tonga Loa, huge spear. Huge spear wipes out Damian Priest. And now look at this, Tama Tonga outside of the ring, but Tonga Loa inside the ring with a power bomb. Dumped Priest on his neck. That almost was it. Balor almost felt the need to break that up, but Priest mustering up some strength there, mustering up some resiliency to get out that power bomb. Now punch right to the ribs. Oh, what a kick right to the face. Damian Priest lights up Tonga Loa, and now going for a cover is Priest again. Only a shoulder out at 1. And now Priest sends Tonga Loa into the turnbuckle. Looks to get the tag to Balor once more. More tag team offense coming about. And this saw them get success earlier as Balor soars through the air for the second time. Now a stop to the chest. Balor's been all over both Tongans. So has Priest since the bell rang. They've certainly came in here with a strategy. And now look at the strength of Finn Balor lifting up. Not so small of a man in Tonga Loa, but nonetheless, this might be it. No. Shoulder out at 1 once again. Tonga Loa not letting no 2 counts pass him up tonight. As now a kick right to the ribs puts the Tongans right back in the action. The Bloodline, this new version of the Bloodline that Sikoa has brought upon Friday nights. Enlisting, of course, not only the Tongan twins, but the Samoan Werewolf as well. And Jacob Fatu, and now look at this. Oh, a buckle bomb right into the turnbuckle. Of course, that's why it's called a buckle bomb. And Damian Priest breaks that one up this time. Tonga Loa certainly not appreciating Priest breaking the pinfall up there. He might have felt like that was it of Balor. And now we're going to see some tag team tandem from the Bloodline now. As look at this. Huge elbow off the second. As Tonga Loa held Balor right on his knee. And now look at this. Tama Tonga, we said he's a wild card. Goes to the outside with a suicide dive. Wipes out Finn Balor. Tama Tonga giving these people a show to start off. Bad Blood. Huge Hurricane Rana out of nowhere from Tama Tonga. And now look at this, Damian Priest getting in the face of Tama Tonga. No love lost there. Oh, just hung him up. And that might have given Balor the opportunity that he needed. Now look at this, Finn Balor with a drop kick right to the back. Right to the back of Tama Tonga. Balor trying to throw caution in the wind there, but Tama Tonga once again still his sights set on Damian Priest. Priest has been getting in the face. He's been a thorn in the side of the Bloodline for weeks now. As I said, he holds victories over 3 members of the Bloodline. Only person he hasn't come face to face with in the ring is Jacob Fatu, and man, that would be a classic. If you ask me, as Balor went for a jumping splash, but Tama Tonga got out of harm's way. Count of 7 now. Tama Tonga gonna want to break this count real quick, but Balor chooses to now. As now he calls Tama Tonga back up to his feet. Count of 9. Balor gets back in the ring right at the count of 9.5 almost. Huge springboard drop kick. That could be it, but Tama Tonga once again getting that shoulder out. And now Finn Balor Looked like he's going to try and argue with our official Eddie Orengo real quick, but thought better of it. Got to get back into the tag team tandem work from the Judgment Day. Look at this. Oh my goodness, huge elbow right to the face, and now Damian Priest soaring through the air. That is not a small man coming down on you with an elbow drop. And now, wait a minute, Damian Priest lines him up. Oh, look at that. Oh no, but Tanga Loa drop kick right to the back of the neck. And now Priest definitely did not appreciate that. And Priest lighting up Tama Tonga with these strikes. Sends Tama Tonga into the turnbuckle. Wipes him out with a hip toss. Oh my goodness. Priest is fired up. Priest is fired up. And now what the hell does Damian Priest have planned for Tama Tonga? Gets him up for a suplex, but no. Oh, it's just a release Falcon Arrow. Release Falcon Arrow hits flush. But it looks like Priest decided to deliver out some more punishment, apparently, as now he sends Tama Tonga back into the turnbuckle. This has been, 80-20 in favor of the Judgment Day. They've been going to work on the bloodline. Like I said, they clearly had a strategy coming into this match, as Balor lights up Tama Tonga with a chop right to the chest, drop kick right to the head. Finn Balor running on a full head of steam right now. Goes for a chop, but that chest protector might have helped Tama Tonga absorb some of that hit. And now Balor trying to make his way back to the turnbuckle as Tama Tonga makes his way back to this corner to tag in his brother. And now Tonga Loa going to work. Tonga Loa now just choking out Finn Balor in the corner. These bloodline members, man, they don't really play by the book, so to speak, as now Balor having to get a big kick out at 2. And now, wait a minute. Tonga Loa sending Finn Balor for a ride. Oh, what a sit-out powerbomb from Tonga Loa. Priest again sensing some danger. Decides to break it up. And now, wait a minute. Caught him, goozled him. Oh, the south to heaven lands. Damian Priest trying to get rid of Tama Tonga now, as Balor gets back up to his feet. Balor's going to steal this right now. Eddie Orengo for the 3 count. No! Tonga Loa just getting the shoulder out at the last second, and now Balor lighting up the chest and legs, apparently, of Tonga Loa. Got caught, though. Look at this. Spiked him right on his head. Right on Balor's head for the 3 count to retain. No, Balor gets the shoulder this time. Tremendous tag team match to start our show, as I predicted it would be, folks. You're talking about 2 of the premier tag teams on Friday Night SmackDown when you talk about the Judgment Day and the new Bloodline. And now look at this, Tonga Loa just playing with his food at this point. I mean, I would have thought that spiked Samoan pile driver maneuver would have done the damage, but... And now look at this. Yo, when do you see Tonga Loa take to the skies like that? I'll tell you when we're in big match, big show scenarios. Once again, Balor somehow able to withstand the offense of Tonga Loa, as now Tama Tonga once again gets back into this one. Balor desperately needs a tag. And this Tasmanian devil that is Tama Tonga's right under Balor's nose, so to speak. But Finn Balor somehow gets that tag that he needs, and now Tama Tonga gonna feel the wrath this time. We saw Tonga Loa eat it earlier. They're going for the same exact combination as Priest now. Looking to get some measure of revenge for his buddy Finn Balor. Oh, what a clothesline. Clothesline connects. Wipes out Tama Tonga. Now Priest once again sends him into the corner for a second time. Oh! And now Damian Priest, top rope. What can the punishment of the Judgment Day have in store? A huge elbow drop off the top rope. A huge elbow drop off the top rope. And now, wait a minute, once again, sets him up. Second time he's hit that maneuver, and now going for the cover. Count of two. This time he gets kicked right in the head once again, of course, by Tonga Loa, and Priest has seen enough. And now, wait a minute, Priest, the archer of infamy that Priest is, he looks to take to the skies, out to take out Tonga Loa. And now Tama Tonga looking to take a cheap shot at Balor. Balor, though, turns it around. And right into the grasp of Priest. Right into the grasp of Priest for the South of Heaven. New champs. Crown. No. Tama Tonga gets the shoulder out. Priest can't believe it. Priest can't believe it. He's arguing with our official. Our official of the night, Eddie Orango. This tag team warfare between the Bloodline and the Judgment Day. Watch out! Huge neck breaker from Tama Tonga. And now it's Priest and Tama Tonga slowly getting back up to their feet. It's a slugfest here in Sacramento. But wait a minute. Tama Tonga now. Huge. Oh, twisting. Cutter. I don't know what to call that. Twisting reverse DDT. Might have just been the finish of this match, but Priest got out. Priest got out, and now, wait a minute, jumping neck breaker for Balor. Balor tried to get in Tama Tonga's business and saw the wrath of Tama Tonga to show for it, as now Damian Priest. Oh, a huge kick right to the face. We saw one earlier, and this time he hits Tama Tonga with one. As now Damian Priest, look at this, spikes Tama Tonga right on his head. Tama Tonga could be out. Priest thinks that was enough right there. Goes for the cover. And now Tama Tonga again getting a big kick out. And now Balor back into this one after a short breather. Short breather for Finn Balor, as now he tries to get back into the action as Tama Tonga reverse an Irish whip take. Take over by Balor, and now stomp out in the corner. Just driving the knee into the neck, choking out Finn Balor, cutting off oxygen. That's now another tag to Tonga Loa. Kick right to the shin. Definitely insult to injury right there. As Tonga Loa going right back up to that top rope. Oh, in for a splash. No water in the pool. No pun intended. Finn Balor with a sling blade. Balor with a sling blade, wasting little to no time. And now he realizes that Tama Tonga was trying to break his focus there, as Balor now trying to get some cheap shots in on Tama Tonga. Huge drop kick, but watch out for Tonga Loa. Oh my goodness. A Tongan headbutt is probably one of the worst things that you could possibly take in WWE, and now a sit-out powerbomb again, this time from Tonga Loa. Is now, you've got to be kidding me. The Bloodline retain the Tag Team Championships over the Judgment Day. What a match to start our show, though, folks. One hell of a tag team match between these four individuals. And if you ask me, the war is far from over between the Judgment Day and the Bloodline. We know there's unfinished business when it comes to, Priest having wins over three members of the Bloodline. Of course, Jacob Fatu and Damian Priest have been getting each other's face for weeks now. We have to see that bout eventually here on the JPG channel. There's a lot more story to tell with these two factions, but speaking of stories to tell, we're going to move on to tell a different story, and a story revolving the Intercontinental Championship itself. Bron Breakker getting his first crack at the Intercontinental Champion, that being main event Jey Uso, the master of the Yeet. The leader of the Yeet movement, whatever you want to call it, however many monikers you want to put it on. Jey Uso is widely regarded on the Raw roster. He's well-liked individual. He's a fan favorite, to put it simple. And Bron Breakker, he doesn't like he doesn't like anybody like that. He doesn't like somebody that would pander to the crowd. He doesn't like somebody that would, give these people a moment's breath. Breakker is all about breaking people and winning championships, and that's exactly what he plans to do here tonight against main event Jey Uso. Breakker's been on a roll as of late. He has wins over LA Knight. He had a tremendous match against Cody Rhodes on our go-home episode of Monday Night Raw this past week. Of course, Jey Uso was in the corner of Cody Rhodes for that match, as was Drew McIntyre in the corner of Bron Breakker. Of course, McIntyre and Cody Rhodes having their rematch later on tonight for the WWE Championship. But nonetheless, Jey Uso got a front row seat of what Breakker is capable of in that match, as Breakker tore into one of Jay's best friends in Cody Rhodes, a man that really helped Jey Uso find himself in a time that, Uso possibly was, had some dark clouds around him. He had just left his family to kind of, try and find his own footing in the singles division. Took him a little while, but Jey Uso is finally probably where he wants to be, and that's being a top champion on Monday Night Raw. A champion nonetheless, whether it's the world champion or not. He still holds a title, and he still has to defend it, and he still, wears it with pride, does Jey Uso. The Intercontinental Champion in the house, fresh off last month's victory over, now SmackDown's Chad Gable. We've heard the rumblings that there's a few, there were a few trades going on throughout the next month or so, and Chad Gable was the first one that jumped ship. Chad Gable was the first one to be seen that was traded over from Raw to SmackDown. We haven't seen who we got for Chad Gable, but as announced on SmackDown, we will see on the following episode of Monday Night Raw, because Rey Mysterio has a mystery tag team partner going into the ring once again with the Lucha Bros, Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix, and his mystery tag team partner is the man that was traded to Monday Night Raw for Chad Gable. We'll find that out on Monday Night Raw, folks, but nonetheless, as I said, Jey Uso coming off a big title defense against Chad Gable last month in Berlin, at the Bash in Berlin. What a match that was for Jey Uso. And now he's looking to have similar success here tonight, but he has a very different opponent when it comes to Bron Breakker. You talk about speed, you talk about the power, the tenacity that Bron Breakker brings when he's in that ring. I don't know if I like the odds for Jey Uso here tonight. But at the same time, Uso has been doing this for a very long time. He's been doing it before Bron Breakker even thought about professional wrestling as an option. So I'm not. If there's one person that I can trust to know what he's doing in that ring, it's definitely Jey Uso. Doesn't matter if he has a young, hungry Bron Breakker after him, or whatever the case may be. He is going to give 120% every time he's in that ring. Big fight feel here in Sacramento. Only our second match of the night. We have a lot of big fight feel matches to get underway before we leave you Sacramento fans for the night. What a show, what a time it is in the JPG channel. Or I should say on the JPG channel, in Universe Mode on the JPG channel. It is a very exciting time. I mean, of course, we're tiptoeing towards Survivor Series at this point. That'll be our next pay-per-view. Of course, War Games is indeed a factor in that show alone. We'll have 2 War Games matches, both women and men's War Game matches, soon to be announced, of course, throughout the next coming weeks. Look at this. Talk about the speed. Uso trying to go bar for bar with Bron Breakker right now. When it comes to speed, just wiped Breakker out. And now a chop to the chest of Bron Breakker from Jey Uso as he's coming a mile a minute. But a super kick right to the midsection and a huge, nasty, just almost throat punch if I had to say anything. But now Bron Breakker right back into this one, though. That's the thing about being so young and hungry. I mean, he has so much. He could take so much more offense. He could take so much more damage probably than Jey Uso can in this time in his career. You know, like I said, Uso's been doing this for a very long time. Bron Breakker is only 5 or 6 years into his career. He's still a sprung chicken is what I'm getting at. Now look at this. Speaking of taking a number of offense, Jey Uso just got slammed right on the outside floor. And now fall for a second time. First a scoop slam, now a belly-to-belly suplex. Yeah, Breakker is not playing any games here tonight. Like I said, he's here to break Jey Uso and take his Intercontinental Championship. Oh, what a fist right to the face. Breakker utilizing that 10 count to his advantage as now he sends Jey Uso. I think Uso put the brakes on real quick, though. He was looking to send him into the steel steps. The damage has definitely been done with those two huge moves that Breakker landed on the outside, that being the scoop slam and the belly-to-belly suplex, and now Breakker is in full control of Jey Uso in this Intercontinental Championship match. Badass all over Jey Uso. You could tell how bad Breakker wants this. He wants his first singles title on the main roster. You know, he just got called up not too long ago. And now, wait a minute. It might be a slow night for Jey Uso. He just got speared into oblivion by Bron Breakker. This can't be it. Of Jey Uso's title reign. Still some fight left in Uso. But Breakker just broke him in half with that spear. Breakker looking to take some names here tonight. And the first name being Jey Uso. He already defeated a former Intercontinental Champion in LA Knight in the past. Now he's looking to do the big one and defeat the Intercontinental Champion. But Jey Uso proving to be wise beyond Breakker's years. Of course, the veteran of this match in Jey Uso. Nice Samoan drop. Takes out Breakker, goes for the cover. Bron Breakker gets the shoulder at 1. Not even a 2 count. At least the spear that Breakker delivered got a 2 count. Uso going to have to do a lot more damage if he wants to walk away with the Intercontinental Championship still in tow. And now Jey Uso trying to psych himself up here and get into business. When it comes to Bron Breakker, this is a cardio machine, a freak of nature is Bron Breakker. Jey Uso is going to have a tough time keeping up with this kid, but moves like that, a super kick right to the jaw will slow anyone down. I don't care who you are. And now look at this, Jey Uso, huge drop kick right into the corner. Double foot drop kick into the corner. And now Jey Uso just looking at our official real quick, almost as if to believe that he can't believe that, or almost as if to say that he can't believe Bron Breakker still has so much left in the tank. After all these moves he's hit Breakker, a few super kicks now, only a 1 count has been afforded to Jey Uso. Oh, a huge shot right to the face. And now Uso taking Breakker up to the top. Uso's got bad intentions from the top rope. Both men prone position in Sacramento. Uso's got Breakker on his shoulders. Oh my goodness, almost an avalanche Samoan drop. The avalanche Samoan drop, and Breakker still kicking out at 1. Jey Uso can't believe it. He's literally looking at our official here like, what the hell do I do? And now, wait a minute, Jey Uso might have something in mind here. Suicide dive. Wipes out Breakker. Jey Uso just trying to unleash as much offense as he could possibly think. Just unload the clip on Bron Breakker. A running super kick. A running and jumping super kick. Breakker still out at 1. Jey Uso has to be getting frustrated at this point. Bron Breakker has absorbed everything Jey Uso had to throw at him. And a second spear is going to do the job right here. But Jey again, somehow, some way, still in the fight. Drop kick, or excuse me, a kick right to the midsection. And now, wait a minute, Bron Breakker just launched Uso right in the air. Uso had some momentum off those ropes, but Breakker cut it off before Jey could even do anything with it. And now, wait a minute, Bron Breakker. Bron Breakker now. Oh no, we haven't seen this in quite some time. Breakker with the Steiner recliner. The Steiner recliner cinched in. You can see the pain on Jey Uso's face. Steiner recliner cinched in. Is Uso going to submit? Is Uso going to submit? This is how he loses the Intercontinental Championship for the second time in 4 months. Remember, Jey Uso's first title reign wasn't very long due to his brother's actions, that being Jimmy Uso, a man that defeated him in London at Money in the Bank. He only just got it back in Detroit at SummerSlam, and now Jey Uso kicked off. And now, wait a minute, Bron Breakker going for something here, but Jey Uso headbutt right to the face. And now, wait a minute, Jey Uso lines him up. Oh, what a beautiful back suplex neckbreaker combination. Finally gets a 2 count, but Breakker still so much left in the tank. And now Jey Uso, what the hell is he doing? He's going to the top rope. Oh, what a headbutt. A headbutt right to the shoulder, the midsection, chest area of Bron Breakker. And now Jey Uso wasting little to no time. Breakker, the damage has been done to the badass. Watch out! Flying Uso! Intercontinental Champion looking to retain. 1, 2 with an Uso splash, but Breakker gets the shoulder. Breakker gets the shoulder once more. Jey Uso can't believe it. Jey Uso can't believe it. Now, wait a minute. Calling Breakker up to his feet. Fight forever chance in the crowd. Went for a spear of his own. Got cut off. And now, wait a minute. Oh, it's a battle to see who can get the next momentum first. Went for a spear again. And now, wait a minute. Oh, there's a spear from Jey Uso. A third spear from Breakker averted by Uso. A spear from Jey Uso connects, but again, not enough. Jay can't believe it. I can't believe it. This whole damn crowd cannot believe that Breakker is still in this one. He's been hit by the Uso splash. He's been hit by the spear. Those are Jey Uso's top moves to hit in big match scenarios like this. But wait a minute. Jey Uso feeling a little ooh-see over the top rope. Goes our Intercontinental Champion. They have the crowd in the palm of their hands. I mean, just a few seconds ago, they were chanting, "Fight forever." Now they're chanting, "This is awesome." And indeed, this is awesome. Huge super kick right to the back of the head of Bron Breakker. And if I'm Jey Uso, I'm thinking, what the hell do I have to do to put this kid away? Bron Breakker is showing some guts here tonight. And now Jey Uso once again calling Breakker up to his feet. Went for a super kick. Got caught though. Breakker was going for a choke slam of sorts, but Jey Uso now once again out of it. Got the super kick that time. Calls Breakker up to his feet once more. Oh, another one for good measure. And now wait a minute. This might be the trifecta that Jey Uso needs. Goes off the ropes. Oh, gets that running super kick once more. Goes for the no. I was going to say goes for the cover. He did get the cover, but he didn't get the 3 count. And Jey Uso, he's having a moment with that referee. He's like, man, you see what the struggles that I'm going through right now? I mean, you got to be kidding me here. Huge Samoan drop. A huge Samoan drop. Clears Bron Breakker. And now, wait a minute, Jey Uso firing up here. Hip toss in the corner. Hip attack, excuse me. Bron Breakker's out. Breakker's out. This might be Jey Uso's opportunity to finally put this guy away. Another Uso splash. Jey Uso somehow able to survive. Bron Breakker here tonight. I mean, you look at the damage that has been done to Uso in this match. 2 spears from Bron Breakker. At one point, he was locked in the Steiner recliner. He counteracted with a spear of his own and a few Uso splashes. It took an army of Jey Uso's moveset to come out on top on this one, to still be Intercontinental Champion when it's all said and done. But congratulations to the Yeet Man himself, Jey Uso. Another successful title defense on a pay-per-view. Gotta love to see it. But one thing you're not going to love to see is this grudge match that's coming up next, folks. Two former tag team partners, two former tag team champions in Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley doing battle to close our first part of Bad Blood. And what a way to close it, because there's a lot of bad blood between these two, man. Danielson and Moxley coming your guys' way right now as we await the arrival of the American Dragon.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Aberdeen, Washington, weighing in at 210 pounds, Bryan Danielson.
Got the good old, American Dragon colors on, the good old red and white, maroon and white, whatever you want to call it. Of course, a callback to his Ring of Honor days. And he's going to have to bring that side, that aggressive, that kick your effing head in side of Bryan Danielson to this match if he wants a shot in hell against the Death Rider himself, Jon Moxley, a man that has gone completely stone cold, no pun intended, because he's a bald man with a beard, but he has definitely gone absolutely cold on Monday Night Raw as of late. And it all started when he laid out Bryan Danielson. That's coming off Mox and Danielson's loss to the Lucha Bros just a few weeks prior to that event. That might have been just the last straw from Jon Moxley. Of course, they lost their tag team title, they lost their tag team titles against Detroit's own Motor City Machine Guns when we were in Detroit for SummerSlam. And a lot of people thought that Moxley would have been fed up alone with that, but then they had almost a chance to redeem themselves as a tag team, taking on the Lucha Bros, and the Lucha Bros actually got the better of what used to be the Blackpool Combat Club and Moxley and Danielson, and that was the last straw. Moxley wanted to rid this cyst, so to speak, this disease that Moxley has often referred to it in Bryan Danielson away from his career. Moxley felt like Danielson was kind of just holding him down, and just causing him to eat defeat basically on Monday Night Raw. And now Moxley's he's on his own. He's a changed man. He's got a weird look in his eye that makes you uncomfortable whenever you're sharing a locker room with him, or you see him in catering, whatever it may be. And believe me, anytime you stare into Moxley's eyes, he's thinking about different ways that he can hurt this man right here in Bryan Danielson. But the problem is Bryan Danielson is no rookie in that ring. He is just as good as Jon Moxley. As look at this, lining up the chest of Moxley is Danielson, and this crowd fully in favor of the American Dragon. They don't like the fact that Moxley stuck the knife into the back of one of his old friends, Bryan Danielson, a man that he held, of course, tag team championship gold with ever since WrestleMania. Goes for a nice chokehold as Moxley, but Danielson got out of harm's way there. And now Danielson driving that elbow right into the shoulder of Moxley, of course, eventually setting up for the LaBelle lock. Goes for another high kick, but Moxley ducks it. You might see a series of reversals in this match because, as I said, these two traveled the world together with those tag team championships in tow. These guys know each other inside and out. As now Jon Moxley targeting the leg of Danielson right in front of our crowd. Now stomping out the arm of the American Dragon. Count of 3 from our referee here tonight. Now look at this. This is some absolute savagery from Moxley. And look, he doesn't wear no protective elbow pads, nothing at least right now. In the past, you might have seen Moxley have some wrist tape or something covering his hand, but none of that. Moxley is all You know, the only thing he's wearing out here is some pants and some boots. Everything else is exposed so that he can deliver even more damage. Just bone-on-bone contact in this match. And now Bryan Danielson looking to tie Moxley up here. Going for a surfboard stretch, but instead he's just wrenching at the nose and face of Jon Moxley. And I mean, oftenly I wonder if Moxley really did what he, really did what he thought he did when he attacked Bryan Danielson. I don't think he realized, just what beast he woke up in Bryan Danielson, referring to, of course, the American Dragon himself. This is a man that used to punish everybody on the indies in every single way that he could think imaginable. And now Moxley has woken that sleeping animal up in Bryan Danielson. And you are seeing it come full ahead here tonight as Moxley absorbing those kicks from Bryan Danielson, delivering some of his own right to the thigh of Danielson. And now Jon Moxley, a huge lariat, lays out Danielson with an absolute slobber knocker of a lariat, but now Bryan Danielson kicks him right in the legs. And now, wait a minute, that one caused Moxley to lose footing, and now here comes these world-famous yes kicks, laying it in to his former tag team partner. Drop Moxley. Goes for the cover. Moxley gets the shoulder. And now Bryan Danielson trying to work around, the injuries that he has already given Moxley. And now Danielson, Moxley just ran right into the referee, and now these men just ran into each other. Oh, another lariat by Moxley. And those two momentarily, I don't want to call it distractions, but, kind of just weird moments in the match where Moxley just ran to the ref, and now these two ran into each other. That just gave Moxley an opening. And speaking of opening, he's looking to open Danielson up with these closed fist shots right to the forehead. Moxley just ever so methodical in that ring right now. And that's not him being like a classic professional wrestler. That's him digging deep into the darkest parts of his mind to figure out how and when he can strike in the most devious ways possible. As now, wait a minute, Jon Moxley got him up for the Death Rider. The Death Rider himself just delivered the Death Rider. But somehow Bryan Danielson gets the shoulder out. A man that has had a series of neck injuries in his career. This got dropped right square on his neck. And now Bryan Danielson, nice pinning combination from Danielson. Almost got a 2 count at least. And now, wait a minute, Moxley could have gone off the floor, but he didn't. He was found in this submission hold on Monday Night Raw when he tried to attack Danielson. The yes lock, the LeBell lock is locked in, but Moxley fighting his way out of it. A shot right to the face of Danielson. And now we're back to square one here. And that one cut open Danielson. Just got met by a jumping cutter from Moxley. And now Bryan Danielson drives those elbows right into the heart. The black heart of Jon Moxley. And now, wait a minute, Bryan Danielson wearing the proverbial crimson mask and the crimson white here tonight with a suicide dive, wipes out Moxley. And now Danielson looking to deliver a little bit of payback on Jon Moxley. Drives that knee right into the back. Right into the back. And now right into the barricade. A huge jumping elbow. A count of 5. Danielson using every last bit of the count. Now a shot right to the back. As I said, Moxley is not in there with this guy, this push around, a guy that you can just, beat up on, and he's not going to give you any sort of repercussions. Danielson is one of the nastiest competitors to ever grace this sport when he wants to be. And now just lighting up the chest of Jon Moxley is the American Dragon. Got him up. A nice arm trap. Suplex from Bryan Danielson now. And now, wait a minute, trap the arms again, dragon suplex from the American Dragon himself, almost got the cover right there. And now, wait a minute, Danielson signaling for the end here. Psycho knee connects, right, flush to the jaw of Jon Moxley, but Moxley pinches that shoulder off the mat. Danielson can't believe it. I can't believe it. We're still in this one. And now Danielson kicking right into the chest of Jon Moxley. And there's this mentality of the old Bryan Danielson kicking Moxley's effing head in. We're going to keep it clean for YouTube, at least clean-ish. And now Danielson, this time, sends Moxley into the turnbuckle. Oh, no, wait a minute. He's got bad intentions. He just set him on that turnbuckle, the top of the turnbuckle, back first. And now Bryan Danielson, shot right to the face, and another one. And now Jon Moxley, look at this, back into this one. Oh, what a lariat. It connects with a bulldog. Wipes out Bryan Danielson here, looking for the end. Wait a minute, Moxley sets Danielson up. I think he was going for a curb stomp, an old node to his former friend in his business, in WWE at least, Seth Rollins. And now, wait a minute. Oh, when the hell do you see Danielson pull out a Poison Rana? That's how you know we don't like this man. When the hell does Danielson pull out moves like that? We're seeing it all from Bryan Danielson here tonight. He tried it earlier. He tried to get Moxley on that turnbuckle earlier. He gets it this time. And now, wait a minute, Danielson. Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, a German suplex off the top rope. These two men are trying to end each other's careers right in front of our eyes. And the crowd loves it. That's the thing. They absolutely love every second of it. Danielson is wearing the wounds of war on his face, looking to make Moxley feel the same as he goes for another suicide dive and gets it. Danielson not done there just yet. Looking to call Moxley back up to his feet for a second time. Moxley has taken so much damage in this match, as has Danielson. And almost a Busaiku knee off the apron, if you will, from Bryan Danielson. And now sends Moxley back in the ring once more. And now, wait a minute. This time, Danielson looking to stretch Moxley up. He's got it locked in. Moxley's in a world of trouble, in a world of pain at that. He might have messed up big time when he decided to turn his back on one of the greatest submission wrestlers in the world. But wait a minute, Moxley caught him out of nowhere with a second Death Rider. A second Death Rider connects to put Danielson away. But Danielson again with the heart of a warrior, the spirit of a dragon, the American Dragon himself. Look at this. Locks Moxley up. 1, 2. Oh, no, Moxley. Moxley gets out. Danielson, though, full head of steam with another. Boo. Cycle. Knee. 2, 3. Danielson wins this war. What a match we just saw from two of professional wrestling's greatest, whether you like Moxley for his actions or not. That was one hell of a battle, and he definitely brought the fight to the American Dragon, but nonetheless, Danielson gets a measure of revenge on a man he used to be able to call a brother. Bound by blood. That was the Blackpool Combat Club's, slogan, forged in combat. And these two just did a whole lot of combat on one another to close our first episode of Bad Blood. We will be right back with more action, folks. Of course, an ambulance match still to come, a Hell in a Cell match still to come, and a few more championship matches to add to that. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.